everyone. It's Wednesday, May 9th, and it is the time for the last edition of ETV Magazine for the year. I'm Sam Diebler.
And I'm Lexi Cuban. Some students were able to show they have a voice when it comes to school safety when they decided to have separate walkouts during the school day.
The first story is about a walkout that lasted 17 minutes for the 17 people who were killed in Parkland, Florida. It was also to show their frustration with gun violence.
I thought it was probably going to be about the amount that was there. I think there were about 35 or 40 people there.
They conducted themselves. It was a very peaceful event. I understand the meaning behind it. They did everything. They left class and then went directly back to class, as far as I know.
It was just in remembrance, kind of the kids. And I think that was why a lot of people did walk out, was just to remember them and give them a moment of silence and dedication.
We didn't know the risks when we went out, and I feel like just within our school, even though it wasn't that many people, a lot of people throughout the nation participated. So I feel like it's really showing how much we want to make a change.
I was very shocked. Again, I did not think that many people would come out, and it just made me feel like this energy that it's more than just a couple people. Like, you see this online and on Twitter, but you don't see it in real life, and it gives you this sort of energy that, yeah, maybe things are eventually going to change.
It was really cool to see a lot of people standing up for what they believe in.
The only issue is the disruption to the learning environment. Obviously, we want kids to be here and to make sure they're getting the most out of their classroom experience, but once again, I understand why they did it.
A few days later, another group of students held a walkout to promote school safety for their point of view and about the Second Amendment.
We decided, since they got to do it for what they wanted to do, we kind of wanted to exercise our rights and also do it for another reason. Because there's always two reasons to a story, and we kind of wanted to get ours out there also.
Just kind of to promote school safety from our point of view. This is like a Second Amendment. We believe in more guns in the school would do us better than no guns in the school. We definitely made a lot of noise in the school, so that was our main goal there.
I think the second protest went quite well. It was calm, peaceful, and people had a chance to express themselves.
Just in support of the protest. Not everyone wanted to leave class, but we got a lot of support, and I think it was successful, just showing that, you know, they may have made it out, you guys may make it out that this school is liberal or wants to take away guns, and we wanted to show that maybe the silent majority is against that.
If you're not educated about guns and you don't really know what you're talking about, I would encourage you to look up, like, just gather information about, you know, what's going on.
I think everyone has a right to say what they want during a protest. I think it's all about your First Amendment right. You can say whatever you want as far as not threatening, you know. I mean, you don't have to have a lot of people, you know, get together to do something. Numbers aren't everything. It's just getting your point across to other people so they at least think about it.
There was one more walkout in April in remembrance of the victims at Columbine, but it had a low turnout.
Oftentimes at the end of the year, it is decided to add classes onto next year's schedule.
One such addition is a new science class that has people looking forward to next year. Reporter Ethan Wild filed this report.
Next year, a new class will be available to students, Biomedical Sciences.
We will dissect a heart. We will run a lot of different lab tests that they would do in a chemistry setting in college. Yeah, as far as like numbers go, 40% of the students between GHS and EHS are interested in going something medicine. So we knew that science would be something that they would be interested in learning more about.
Somebody's age or somebody's like the way they eat or the way they exercise, how that affects their lifespan. I thought it would be really interesting. And I knew the teacher who was teaching it, everybody really likes her, and
I did not. They had been talking about it for a while because we've already had the engineering and all the IT type of stuff, and they knew that they wanted to bring something science. So Dr. Canizzo had been talking about it for a while, so I didn't know.
I think that we all have the opportunity to learn a lot of things about what doctors do every day, and we get a virtual patient, and we get to investigate how they died, and diagnose them with certain things and really just learn medical perspectives. So I think it could give you just like a foot in the door of what you're going to be doing in a career, and that might lead people to actually pursue a career in the medical field.
For ETV Magazine, I'm Ethan Wild.
2 teachers are retiring at the end of the year. For these teachers, it's time to look forward to relaxation and new opportunities.
The 2 retiring teachers are English teacher Jacqueline Weber and fact teacher Ladina Lehe.
You know, the thing I will always remember about the kids at Eisenhower is their kindness. There probably wasn't one time that I walked into this school with my hands full that some kid has not said, Miss Weber, let me help you.
I like how fun and kind she is and how she encourages everybody to partake in everything.
Yeah, she inspires me to work harder on my assignments and get them all done in time.
My last years at Eisenhower have been a delight because it's so low-key and there's no heavy-duty discipline problems. I hope kids will remember to always get up out of bed and give it their best and not give up, but be survivors and fight for what they want and do what's right.
Leslie is a really good teacher. I like her teaching style and that she really gives us freedom in the kitchen.
We got out of our comfort zone, especially my own, and we started our Pro Start program, and that's been a big success, and been very proud of the students that have gone through that. The faculty are great to work with. Everybody is creative and flexible and always willing to help each other out, and couldn't work for a better bunch of people. And I can start the other half of my life, or a third of it, and do something without having to worry about an income all the time.
I'm kind of sad. I'm kind of nervous for next year for everybody that's going to be here because they're not going to get all the experience that she has with teaching, and they're not going to get as much of an experience, I don't think.
Well, we always hope that what we've done and we've started will continue on, but we realistically have to understand that the people who come in to take our place will always be trying to make their footprint also and let it be left as a legacy. But I hope some of the things will stay that that we've started that are good things for kids, that it'll still be strong, and that our culinary program will still stay strong throughout the years, with or without me.
I think people will miss her. She adds a lot to the culinary program, and she really does make a lot of kids' days better, just getting that break in the kitchen.
Recently, another blood drive was held in the auxiliary gym.
A lot of work goes into preparing and running this worthwhile event.
This spring was smaller than the last one because we had to reschedule it. Because we had an ice day, we had to reschedule it. And we didn't have the staff that was able to come from the Red Cross, so it was definitely a smaller drive.
I helped recruit everyone and get all the people together. I checked everyone in once they got there with the help of other NHS members.
I got a hold of the person that was in charge of the Red Cross and communicate with her and set up a date to get together and get supplies from her, and also set up the date for the blood drive.
50 people who donated, somewhere in there, and there were like 4 nurses that took the blood, and then 8 NHS members that helped.
Every pint saves 3 lives, and so that's just a huge help to people that do need blood fusion. We had 34 pints this last blood drive for a total this year of 84 pints. So that's 252 lives that we were able to save.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. First up in entertainment, it's time for In the Spotlight. Today's student is senior Theron Truitt.
Theron Truitt is a senior here at EHS who participates in Stuco and yearbook, but also has a passionate focus on theater.
I took theater arts my freshman year because my dad took theater. Someone in theater arts said, hey, you should try out for the musical. And then I did, and I liked it, and I loved the people in it, and then I did it the rest of my high school.
His activity in theater has given him the opportunity to stay active in the community and meet many new friends.
And then once I was in theater, I did a lot of stuff like volunteer work with drama club. I met a lot of my friends in theater throughout the years. I would have never talked to some of the people. I would have probably never talked to Ethan ever if I didn't do theater, and now we're like best friends. So
we do everything together theater-wise. We build the sets together whenever we have to do that. We always like to prepare together. We always get ready for the show together. We just always hang out.
He is very involved within the school and plans to continue his extracurriculars throughout college.
I'm either going to be a teacher, whether it's teaching theater or teaching math, but just because of theater's taught me to be a lot more outgoing, and just talking to new people and stuff like that really helps with what I'm planning on doing in the future.
For ETV Magazine, I'm Haley Ferguson.
The annual vocal showcase known as Talent Ambush is a big event with many pieces that have to come together to make the show work.
Talent Ambush this year was a success and gave students a chance to show off their musical abilities.
Talent Ambush is the spring choir concert that also features musicians from around the building who are possibly not enrolled in choir. All of the songs this year have to do with emotions and feelings.
My heart, I love music with all my heart, so I figured that I would just go for it.
Many students don't get to express themselves freely, but Talent Ambush gives them a chance to.
I just really love to play music now, whether I'm playing the piano, I could be rapping, I can do anything, you know.
Where the seniors choose the theme, and we pick music around the specific theme.
For ETV Magazine, I'm Brandon Liebarger.
Up next, we have sports. Stay tuned.
First up is girls soccer. It appears the team is pretty young, which may help the team years down the road. Executive producer Trey Greening has the story.
In the game of soccer, a team must work together to perform well against their opponents, and experienced players are very helpful in those tight game situations. However, this team have 5 freshmen coming in to help replace 5 positions that were filled by last year's seniors.
I do think they can practice well with the team. When it comes to 11v11, I think we do really well. The 5 Lynx girls have done really well playing as varsity players.
They pretty much practice like they've been there forever, honestly.
They're really meshing with the team. Like, I thought it would be hard for them coming in, like being the youngest coming in. But overall, I really think that they are really cooperating with all the older girls and like understanding what we're going to be doing as a team.
There are different contributing factors that will help make the team better, and it will make a difference going into postseason play.
Learn how to play as a team together. Sometimes we got to learn how to change the style of how we play during the game. So just depends on what kind of defense we're going against. So one style of attack is not going to work for every game.
We definitely pass the ball very well. I think we're finally starting to get our combinations down.
We have a strong defense, and then our midfield has gotten stronger, and I think that will attack more and get more goals.
They have always made it to the regional championship and have always had a good regular season record. And with a young squad, they hope to change their fortune in this year's regional championship game.
We're a very young team, but just because we're young doesn't mean that we're not going to be as powerful as we were last year.
I'm hoping to make it past regionals. I mean, that's an ultimate goal. Hopefully make state, but let's just take it one game at a time.
For ETV Magazine, I'm Trey Greening.
Diamond Gulick stepped down last year, leaving a gap that needed to be filled. Cheyenne Abelgard went down to the field to learn more.
The softball team has had an improved record from last year, with only 3 seniors leading the team and a lot of underclassmen to back them up.
Emma Furnish, she's really solid in the outfield, got a great bat. She's been hitting cleanup for us. We also have Faith Denning at shortstop.
They brought in a new head coach who has helped change their fortune from years past. With a solid team going forward, postseason success would be something historic for a program who has not had much success in the past.
New coach, and she's really nice. She's giving us new drills that we haven't done in the past, so I think that's really going to benefit us.
Techniques, and we break stuff down, and I think that that's a lot better.
I would just say practices are a lot more intense, like we take them a lot more serious, and we're a lot deeper on the bench. We have more pitching, more people in different positions, so we have a lot more to work with.
Last year we finished 1 game short of going to state, so obviously returning a lot of the same team. I think we'd really like to make it that far, and then once you get in the state tournament, anything can happen. So we get in there and get on a roll and maybe try to see how far we can get.
For ETV Magazine, I'm Cheyenne Abelgard.
The baseball season is definitely a long one, filled with many ups and downs and wins and losses. Reporter Owen Vanetta filed this report.
The baseball team has struggled this season. However, coaches and players are continuing to try and be competitive as the season winds down.
In May, I have a feeling we'll be in a groove, and we'll be a tough team to compete with because not very many people and teams think very highly of us right now.
I see us being really competitive. I see guys stepping up. We're just trying to see where everybody fits, and once we get to that point, then we'll be locked down and ready to roll.
They have worked hard in practices, and with a rough start to the season, they would like to make a big turnaround.
Our coaches have really pushed us and put us to work and make sure that we've been getting all the things done that we need to.
We were a little rough because nobody really knew what was going on, and now everybody knows what's going on, and we're moving a lot better.
You got to be error-free, and you got to be able to swing the bat and put the ball in play.
For ETV Magazine, I am Owen Fanetta.
The track season is starting to wind down, with those athletes trying to end the year right away with their personal best. Jared Oberlechner went down to the track to learn more.
I think they just need to keep doing what they were doing from last year. We've added numbers this year. We've gone from about 60 to about 95 this year, so our team is large. And I think everyone just helping one another out, being positive, will help everybody do better on the track.
I definitely want to get my personal best on all my events. This is my last year to be able to improve, and so I definitely want to use that aspect and be able to get PRs and just improve and hopefully help my team improve too.
The team had many problems coming to this season, but over time I've slightly improved on.
I think I'm just going to have to work every day, just do what Miss Bush and Coach Blue have me doing, and we just work hard and try to improve every day.
I think just working as a team mostly. I know we were a lot of individuals last year, but I want to bring a team together this year and make sure we're all just like one big family. So I'm really excited to see that work too.
For ETV Magazine, I'm Jared Oberlechner.
Next, we have boys golf. Coach Hartzog said that juniors Tyler Trudeau and Mateo Villegas and senior Keegan Larson have been solid throughout the season, but are still looking for that fourth person to help out their team score. The team hopes for postseason success.
The last story of the year is about the boys tennis team.
Like with any team, the Tigers plan on finishing the season strong. Brianna Welsh filed this report.
For both returning and new players, the boys tennis team is simply about trying to improve every practice and every meet.
We've kind of had like a younger, less experienced team this year. We had 3 seniors leave, so that was kind of big. So we've just kind of been trying to focus on rebuilding and getting better for the varsity level this year.
We do have 3 returning players, which can help our 3 new players learn, but at the same time, we usually have the same returning teams.
Our doubles teams, they're doing decent, but anything really can be worked on.
Like with any team, sometimes it comes down to leadership. And for the Tigers this year, that was certainly the case.
Whether he's playing or watching from the sideline, he gives us good tips and helps us get better every day.
I think being on the team 4 years, my experience, I can really use it to help out those who haven't been on the team as long as me.
At practice, he just pushes us and makes sure we don't get flustered or irritated about if our serve isn't going in or like if we can't make a volley.
Over the past years, I've learned how to not get upset in matches. When I'm down, just pick myself up and really finish matches out strong.
For ETV Magazine, I'm Brianna Welch.
And that's it for the final ETV Magazine of the year.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Ike Sports News for everything here at EHS.
For my last time ever with ETV Magazine, I'm Sam the Man Diebler.
And I'm Lexi Cuban. We'll see you next time.